Tricia Cullop and her staff have built a new roster full of talented players out of the portal and are bringing in a promising high school class.
I think what the transfer portal has really brought to light is how important relationships are. And also aligning what's important to a student athlete and what's important to your program. And do they meet in the middle? If you don't have a great relationship with someone, it's going to be hard to keep them. And obviously when we recruit someone, we're recruiting them to stay here and be really successful. And so for me, adjusting to the portal just reemphasized to me something I believed my whole career, that relationships are paramount. I think there's always going to be something that's changing. In the last 10 years, there have been a lot of changes, and we've all just got to keep evolving. Inch by inch, we got to get there. Y'all understand? I hope you didn't come here to be average, because I didn't.
Miami will enter year 2 under Tricia Cullop with the Hurricanes set to break through in the ACC.
We had a lot of close games that got away from us.
Cavender gets all the way to the rim, it's short! Miami knocking on the door of a game winner. But the Canes come up short on their home floor.
Last year's ACC season was tough. I think we learned a lot. We were, undersized in a lot of positions.
You reflect on last year's team, and I think, obviously we need to get, bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic.
We had to find something that we could do to mask the fact that we're a little smaller inside and try to protect Cam as much as we could. We just didn't have the depth to sustain some of the foul trouble, the tempo that some of the teams were playing, and so that was really a focal point for us this year.
Going into the ACC, what do we need to be really, really competitive?
It's been a complete overhaul this spring for Tricia Cullop. You have the 10th best recruiting class, a top 15 portal class. They're ready to compete.
We were talking well into January, February, March, what we thought we needed in the recruiting portal. And so we really had a focal point of not only getting bigger and faster, strong on the perimeter, but also finding some height and some depth in the post so that as we go through the league this year, maybe some of those same injuries don't impact us as much in the scoring column.
Miami has signed Shaya Kyle out of the transfer portal, a 6'6" forward from Florida.
Shea was a huge need for us in the transfer portal. 6'6" post player that I think she averaged 15 and 8 in the SEC, and obviously we played against her. So we were really pumped about her. The biggest word that comes to mind when you think about her is how dominant she is inside the post. She really demands a lot of attention in the post and can rebound the ball at a high level.
First reaction was like, wow, excited, because we played against her early in the year and she kicked her butt. Shay was really excited about our post coaches, and I think she wanted to stay in Florida. So I think that was her extra little in the process for her. But she's a beast, and we're looking forward to it.
We watched her when we played against them at Florida, and I was so impressed with how much better she's gotten. I've seen her play since she was in high school. Her high school is actually about 3 hours away from the University of Toledo, where I was coaching, and so I had watched her play live several times in club basketball and high school basketball. I coached her aunt at Toledo, Tanika Mays, and so when she went in the portal, it was a quick conversation just to say, hey, we want you. We think you'd be impactful here. We're so impressed with your development through the years, and you're exactly what we need.
News from the portal, Miami has signed SMU forward Jessica Peterson.
What I remember about Jess is every time out talking to our players about somebody please box her out. Jess had 20 rebounds against us when we played against SMU, and was a formidable, strong post player that could score, but also is one of the best rebounders I've ever seen.
Jess Nightmares. I think when Jess hit the portal, it was I remember that kid kicking her butt. And it was another kid where you're like, wow, like think about that interior strength, size, that we needed. With Cam Williams, even with Nat Marshall, it was like, okay, here's someone that can come in and give us some size on the interior.
With her and Shea together, that 1-2 tandem, that punch in the block, we're really, really excited about having those two.
What we got? You go. Oh, work on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Miami is getting a young star in Gal Raviv, who's the complete package, hot off being named Conference Player of the Year at Quinnipiac.
Gal Raviv is a huge get for us. She's a 3-level scorer and can make a ton of plays outside of just scoring the basketball.
When Gal went into the portal, I think the biggest thing is our staff quickly said, hey, remember her, she scored 25 against us. I do remember us trying to combat her scoring ability. It was very obvious to us that she could play at an extremely high level, and a lot of schools jumped in right away. I know that, Iowa State, North Carolina, a lot of people were trying to get her to campus, and so we knew that we had to work fast as soon as she got into the portal. So it was, basically giving her a call, but I'll be honest, when she committed to us, I was at the Final Four, and we were in a period where you could talk on the phone with recruits, but you couldn't be around them in person. And man, I think we've talked 5 times during the Final Four, and when she finally called, I was nervous of what her answer was going to be, and boy, I think the people next to me in the hotel room probably had to wonder what was going on, because it was more of a jubilation and celebration, and then calling the staff and celebrating because we knew what a great player we had on our hands.
Yeah, listen, I always think it's amazing that you could represent your country. I think that's one thing, Coach Cullop supports. We recruit internationally a lot, so anytime our players have the ability to play for their national team, we always encourage that. But to sit back and watch what she's doing, it's been amazing. Are we surprised? No. The kid scored a lot of points in her old school. She's a competitor. She loves basketball. I think, she hasn't really gotten a break. When the kid gets here, she's going to be game ready. She's been playing all summer.
The wonderful thing about her is in U19, she just set a record for the best scoring average ever in the history of U19s. That's amazing. We just really enjoyed watching it. She had 38 in one game. But I think what's great about her is, she's a kid that's always trying to get better. So that's just great she did it, but I know that that's not the end of her improvement. So it's awesome now that she's going to U20s and getting a chance to compete against older, more veteran players in the world. So I know that when she comes to us, she's going to be ready for this level, and that's what we want.
Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
All right, my little lady.
It's in the beginning, so I'm excited for everything, especially the basketball part.
Amarachi Kimson is going from coast to coast, joining the Hurricanes program after an impressive season at UNLV.
Amarachi, once she hit the portal, ended up getting a phone call from one of her coaches and said, "Hey, this kid will be interested in your program." Prior to that, I really didn't know much about Amarachi. Coach Cullop and myself, Coach Cullop watched film, fell in love with her game, and was like, "Wow, she's electric. She could score, the speed. She could play both sides of the ball," and that's what drew us to her.
She is someone that has proven herself against this level. When UNLV played Florida in the WBIT, she scored 30 against Florida. So I think she proved she can play at this level. She's tough to contain because she reads gaps well, she plays off 2 feet well, she makes good decisions, but she also in her own right can score very, very well. She fits my style really well because of that. And I was really impressed at the effort that Fitz went into talking to her family to help make her visit happen. And I know she had a lot of options on the table because of her accolades, but we're so thrilled that she picked us.
15.
Oh, yeah.
15. Yeah. Thanks.
Victoria Bolazic leaving USF for the Miami Hurricanes program.
We had scrimmaged against USF early on, so I knew about Vicky and I had followed their season. They had a great year. They beat Duke at home. They took Louisville to the wire.
I know that's someone TC, once TC watched film, she loved her ability to stretch the floor, shoot the basketball, her IQ, and she's coming from a good culture and a winning program.
What we were surprised to find out is that Miami was always her dream school. And so once again, we were able to get her down here quickly because she'd always wanted to go to school here.
One thing I love about Vicky is she's a great human. She's a really, really good teammate. She's very coachable. She sees the floor extremely well, and she's very fundamentally sound skill-wise.
Former FIU Panther Maya Kone moves crosstown to join the Hurricanes program.
When Maya Kone decided to go in the portal, she and I have a common friend, and that's a club coach in Ohio that is now coaching on the men's side. And he had called me and just said, hey, you've got a kid that's getting ready, to call you because she's really excited about Miami. But, we did our research. She was a preseason player of the year in the league before getting hurt.
She's someone that, previously in the past, we recruited. She had gotten hurt in high school. She ended up at the time going to James Madison. So when she entered to the portal, Maya has done a great job every year, every place she's been. And we're like, well, we need length, we need athleticism, and Maya's someone also that could play both sides of the ball, so it was a no-brainer.
I was really excited to find out she wanted to stay home. She's from Fort Lauderdale. She didn't want to go away and was very excited about this opportunity. She had come to camp here years ago. And so when she walked in, things were familiar to her. And she had remembered Fitz on her staff from the recruitment process. And so that one was very, I don't want to say it was easy, but we were excited because she was really excited about Miami.
Danielle Osho, a two-time Georgia State champion, has committed to Miami.
I think the important thing about Danny is that as we all watched her and evaluated in the summer, it became very apparent that she's somebody that could really help us because she has great size. She can play the 2 through the 4. She comes from a great high school. Hebron High School has done very, very well. She's got a great high school coach. But I think we all saw in Danny what she could be. What was really exciting as we got to know her is that in addition to being a great player, we want great people in our program. And Danny is that. She's a great leader. She's a great teammate. She knows what it takes to win. And so what we loved about her was her ability to help us right away. And she's shown that in workouts already that she can play.
Our first signing class of 2025, was huge for us, not just as players, but also as the people and setting the culture and the tone that we want here at Miami. They are the definition of blue collar. But they're very successful in their high school career. They bring a championship mindset here and a winning mindset, and we're excited about, as a group, what they bring.
I think these are all kids who pick Miami for the right reason. You talk about wanting to be around great people, play for a head coach like Coach Cullop, who's won, who has a winning culture and winning tradition. From a basketball standpoint, obviously that was a really talented class. They were finished ranked top 10 in the country, ESPN Hoop Girls. So we're going to recruit need-based in the portal, and you're still going to be able to have your opportunity. And we're going to mix our freshmen and the portal kids, and I feel like that's what we've done with this, year's team.